everybody, it's Rory from A&S Gear. We're going to look at another new gun from Dye today. This is the Proto Maxed Rize, or Rize Maxed. So there's been a couple different versions, or a different version of this that they've had out for a while, which was the Maxed Rail. So I've got one of those sitting here so you can see the difference between the two pieces right here. And then I also have just the standard Rize next to us as well, so that you can see what you're getting if you go and step it up from the Rize to the Maxed Rize. So let's talk about these two first, see the differences that you're getting between the standard Rize and the Maxed Rize. What you're going to get with the Maxed that you don't get with the Rize is the two-piece barrel. The original barrel that comes with it, I believe, is like an 11-inch, 12-inch shorter barrel, one piece. So with this one, you get a two-piece barrel, 14-inch two-piece barrel, all aluminum. Moving over to, or let's say moving to the bottom, because they both have the composite frame, kind of the same stylized body on here. The ASA at the bottom. On this ASA right here, it's just a standard screw-in ASA. Doesn't have an on-off lever or anything. With the Maxed version, you get the UL airport on-off. So you've got a little knob here to turn the gas pressure on and off. And in the off position, it does bleed out as well. Same macro line setup coming through here. Same Hyper 3 regulator. Same body, we talked about that. Next difference, or the other main difference, would be the feed neck right here. So on the Rize version, you just get a screw that tightens down the feed neck to clamp down on your loader. On this one, you get their UL feed neck, which instead of having to turn it with a screw or with an Allen key, you can actually just rotate the lever, the feed neck lever, and that will actually tighten it or loosen it up, and then you can clamp it down depending on your feed neck size. So you don't need to actually have a tool or something for it. You drop your feed neck in if it's a little tight or a little loose, turn it around once, clamp it down. If it's too tight, can't get it in, spin it backwards one or two times, clamp it down. Makes it really, really simple, really easy to use. The bolts inside are the same, board setup is the same. So it's really more of a cosmetic difference. Some actual usable differences on the outside, the ASA, the feed neck lever, the barrel in two pieces. But those are all not so much internal function differences as external accoutrement. So going from there, then kind of looking at these two pieces right here, you can see how they differ. Now, they actually aren't going to look too different. Obviously, the bodies definitely look different. They both have the clamping feed neck on them. They both have the Hyper 3 regulator, composite frames, same adjustable trigger, frame setup, and ASA. So the outside appearance from the Rize Maxed and the old Rail Maxed is pretty much the same, besides the bodies being milled differently and just having that different look. Where the main difference is coming from is really on the inside, which is going to be the solenoids and the bolts. So the solenoid is using a new upgraded, beefier, more reliable, more durable solenoid. So those issues that people were having with the solenoid leaking or just going bad, shouldn't have those issues anymore. They've really addressed the solenoid issue problem. And then the bolts themselves, larger air volume, smoother shot, more efficient, giving you the ability to run the gun at a slightly lower pressure now, down from about 160 PSI on the old version to about 140, 145 PSI on the new version. So again, that's going to make the gun feel better when you're shooting it, make it more efficient, and just make it overall a more pleasant experience to shoot. Now, breakdowns on the bolt, kind of slide these out of the way a little bit. Very similar. They're both going to still come apart in three main pieces on the outside. So there. Take that front one, that lets you get the actual bolt out. So there's your three pieces and your bolt. And you can see this one comes kind of apart the same way. They've just improved their bolt design and efficiency. But still, simple takedown. You can see I stripped that down in both of them in probably 10 seconds or so. So it's not an issue to get the bolt apart. You've got your color-coded O-rings, so it makes it super simple to do maintenance on them, switch O-rings back and forth, repair them, replace them, put it back together. Very, very simple. So definitely, this is the new progression in their guns. The Rize and the Rize Max setups are taking over for the Rail and the Rail Max setups. I definitely would recommend checking these out. For the price point that you find these guns at, you're gonna be hard pressed to find another gun or a different gun that is gonna match them in quality and performance. So definitely check out these guns, the Rize and the Rize Maxed. They're available in a couple different colors, so check the website for color availability and order yours now through ansgear.com.